Okay, this video is looking at multiple ways to save photos from external sources to an iPad that can then be used in an application. So first of all, the camera roll is going to be a source of where we're going to use information. It's going to be a transfer mechanism. So I've got my camera roll loaded, and so if I was to go in, one source may come in would be by email. So as we look at email images or emails, here. So here's a photograph of a necklace, and if you were just to take your finger, hold your finger onto the photo for a few moments and just say save to photos, it should take that photo and now have a copy sitting inside of your actual photo viewer on the iPad. So then you could take this photo and you could then further crop it, scale it down, do things with it, make it smaller, more appropriate for what you're doing. Okay, and then as you save this, now you got a new version sitting here in your camera roll. Okay, so that's one method. Another method would be maybe somebody texted you an image. So here's a texted version that I had. And then what you could do there is you just hold your finger on the object for a moment, and the screen will pop up, and there's an arrow or a little box with an arrow up here above, and if we tap on that, it gives us a choice to then save the photo. If we click on that, what it's done is it's put a copy into our photo library. So now here's the photo in the photo library. Add it. Okay, and then another way is that when this photo is open, you could then save it to, yep, so that's just saving, I think that's going to save it to files directory. So there's just ways of what you can do with this photo. There's just numerous ways. It's just architected depending on what you want to do. So now we've got a copy. Should have a copy inside of our photos directory. Okay, great. So we've got that. So it's in there. So another thing you could do is you could go out and you could just search on the internet. Go to Google search, and put in some subject you're interested in. I'll put in puppies. And then I'll switch to images, to the images tab. Now here's all these cute little puppies. And then we might see a puppy here that we want to bring into a software and use as a reference. So all we have to do is just click on the image that we like. It'll load up. Hold your finger on it for a second or two, and then there will be a choice to say save to photos. And I'll pick one more cute little dog here as a reference, and hold my finger on it for a few seconds to say save to photos. Okay, so now if we come back to our photo library, now all of a sudden here's these two little puppies showing up. So at this point we've got photos that have been brought in from an email, photo brought in from a text message, photo just captured off of the internet, and then one more choice might be you may want to come in and maybe there's a screen up and nobody sent it to you, and so you just got this screen, and you could hold the power button and the volume down or volume up at the same time, and it'll give you this choice to then screenshot capture, and then with it gives you a choice to then crop. So I'm using these little things on the side to trim the size of the photo down. And when we're done with it and we like it, then we can just say done, say save to photos. Now it'll show up in the photo library. Okay, so it happens to be one that I had before, but now I've trimmed it up a way that I like. Okay, so that pretty much concludes this part of this video. That's how you can get photos into your photo library. So source from the internet, hold your finger on a picture for a few seconds, and then hit save photo. It could come from an email, it could come from a message, it could come from a web browser, and it could come from a screen capture.